life experiences, I always add it into what they need to do to succeed. Now you keep bringing how entrepreneurs are wired differently as well. You got the exact same wires except at a different level. You do a different thing. To win the Emmys, that's not an easy thing to do. And you last, 36 years you've been trying on this, and that is so important because I want to tell you, and I believe you all create the same way, except along the way our experiences got us to think differently. A lot of times where people falter and fail, because if they don't get quick results, they quit. They get discouraged.
Right.
As if, I'm going to make $1 million if it takes me all weekend. Right? Took you 30, how many years to get your Emmy?
Yeah, let's see, it was 35, I think. It was 13. It's 14, so it was a year ago.
Incredible. I mean, I saw that. Yeah! Right? Yeah, I mean, what a beautiful picture.
A little bit,
So
yeah.
I mean, you must have had an idea it's going to happen.
Well, there has to be a convergence of many things. One, you have to have the vehicle. Two, you have to have the story in this particular case to explore what's inside. And then it has to come together in one episode. So there's a lot of things that have, I mean, just in the contest of winning an Emmy. So I was blessed enough, both bookends were very difficult times. I went through a huge pay cut. They wanted to get rid of a character, and one of our producers came up with the idea that
The turmoil of the process, right?
And he said, if you have him in a position where he has to kill his own son, and he doesn't want to do it, but it's to save another life. So suddenly the whole story was all set up. So
Whole new era.
yes, and I was pretty much living in the studio, so I never left that zone, and it was the culmination of all those difficult times that I was able to use and pay off in that episode.
Well, you must have some discouraging moments along the way because we all do, right?
Oh yeah, on both sides of it.
So question
It
is,
was very hard.
so I guess I have a question for you because that's very relevant to every entrepreneur. And that's when you were done, I call it the emotional roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
You're high and low.
Uh-huh.
How did you get out of the lows? How did you deal with it?
Well, I think there's no choice. It's either you either get out of it or you die.
That's right. That's right.
So, and I wasn't ready to go. So, so that was there's one way, and you get to a certain age where you know that a lot of the dips and the hard part are exactly what you need to reach more success. So Napoleon Hill wrote a book, and in it he tells a story of the guy who bought all the equipment and stopped 3 feet before he gets,
Right.
So, and that's the same kind of thing. You never know, and things change in an instant. So it can be the darkest of days, and the next morning, the clouds are gone.
I love that.
Yeah.
So everything you said is relevant to entrepreneur. That means you are an entrepreneur. Except you're putting all that talent into winning the Olympics of acting. Now, I want to commend you on one thing. To have someone to have the longevity and the success you've had, the very first thing you give credit to was you have to have the right vehicle.
Right.
And the right. Because I know, especially from an entrepreneur point of view, the egos grow faster than wallets. And generally people make a mistake and self-destruct is that they think it's me. I'm me why I am where I'm at, not because of the vehicle, not because of the support, not because of everything. But you don't have that. What gives you longevity is because you understand your talent. You also understand that it's more than one thing has to come together for you to win the Olympics of the acting.
Well, and then what I was blessed to have was a slow rollout. So when it takes you a while to build recognition, you don't take anything for granted. So you see the highs and lows of everybody else, and you know that it's really the tortoise that wins the race in the in this particular genre. So it takes a while for people to accept you. Your fans, once they accept you, are there forever, as long as you don't betray them. But it's not like overnight success where you get so full of yourself you don't know how to handle what the notoriety brings.
Did you get like frustrated that so maybe it's like you thought, I should be there? Like,
Oh yeah, of course.
so because it's either I should win it, not that person, or like the petty party. When is my time? Or
Yeah.
like, how did
Or all of those things at the same time, right? But there again, you just
lick your wounds and go
you
back
just-
to work?
Yeah, and you can wallow a little bit, but somewhere at the end of the wallowing, you need to pull yourself up again and get back at it. And sometimes, especially with artistic people, it doesn't always make logical sense. So you kind of have to feel it. And waiting for, there was a series of events where we were taking pay cuts, my mom died, had to move my dad in, deal with all this stuff. It just is like one thing after another. And as long as it's okay, you'll get through it, I'll be fine, keep the faith. I have a picture of Peter Pan on my phone because you need faith, trust, and pixie dust. And the pixie dust for me is the little bit of magic that happens when you have faith and trust. So, as they say, the people who work hardest get lucky shots, right? They say, oh, he's lucky. Like athletes or, boy, that was a lucky shot he made. It's lucky if it's a chance and he didn't work hard. But he's going to hit that shot all day long.
Let me tell you what lucky is. Preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
It means you got to be prepared.
Right.
Right? So people get the opportunities, but if they're not prepared for it, there's no...
And that comes with experience.
Guys, with something else. 36 years with the same company, right?
Yes.
Now...
Yeah, 37 and a half now.
37 and a half.
Yeah.
You know, the world knows you and loves you. I mean, you've got a huge... You must have other offers. How did you stay focused? And how did you stay committed to YNR? I mean, you must have had tons of offers, big screen. How did you stay focused?
I think part of the reason for that is on a daytime soap opera, we're centered in one location. So I was able to have my family, raise a family, a relatively normal life within the context of being able to do what I love the most in terms of a job. So I could do that without spending 3 years in Yugoslavia or 8 months in Australia, or which is really hard to maintain a relationship with your spouse or your family or even the dog if you're away. They get used to you not being there. So you come home and it's a big change.
Keeps you at home.
So it works well. And then I've had a steady job in the entertainment business for 37 and a half years.
Which is very rare.
That's weird. I mean,
You
that's
got the Hall of Fame still.
Yes. But I mean, to have a constant job like that is unbelievable. I mean, I'm working on Wednesday, Thursday next week. So I mean, it's you get used to having it there, but I never take it for granted. So every day it's, did you do your best? Yeah, I could have spent 20 more minutes on that one scene I was having trouble with. And then you do what you do, and there comes a point when you go, I'll get it next time. So there's acceptance. You let go of, because you can't change it. So there's no need to start mulling over it. I mean, when in the microcosm is you screw up a take out here and you throw it off because you want to come back. You don't want to see beaten. You don't want to see, you want people who watch the show to think it's the first time you ever did it. And they want you to believe what you're saying. I want them to believe what I'm saying.
Well, I see you now. I mean, we've been shooting all day long, and some of these things you did over and over and over again. And sometimes you said, okay, let's do it again. Like your motivation, you set, I call level 10. You set level 10 throughout the whole day. I mean, that's a long day. How do you do that?
Absolutely. Well, you want it to be the best it possibly
Be
can
passionate
be.
about your work.
Yeah.
So I guess.
And I want you hired me, you brought me in. I want you to be happy with everything you see. Don't tell me you don't create something like this without passion.
Oh,
And don't tell me you don't create something like this without hard times. And you're the captain of the ship. People want to look at you and go, he's going to have the largest fashion house in the world. I want to be on that team, right? I want to be on that team. And that's what it starts with you, and it filters down to all the people who get these video designer modes, right? They want to be on that team.
Now, you've seen all kinds of designers. Obviously, you're in the red carpet Hollywood business. When you first walked in, what was your first impression?
Well, you don't expect it here to begin with.
Right.
And then it looks like, you remember Aladdin when he slips down the chute and suddenly he's in the tomb and there's nothing but all this glitter, and or the Pirates of the Caribbean when you
Right.
yeah, it's suddenly like, wow, you don't expect it. And then you put this baby on.
Conquest.
Yeah.
Ocean.
Look at that. And look, it matches mine.
I know this. We took the Ferry Marshall, but you haven't taken that.
Well, that's because that's yours.
The question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this as well. We ask all the celebrities, if you were to describe Ferry with one word, what would that be?
Elegance.
I guess the most important question that maybe a lot of our lady LCs want to know is that from all the relationships we've had the last 36 years, which one was the best one? I know you guys are looking for that. I know.
If you ever had a relationship with a woman, you know that to answer that would be committing suicide.
That's right. It's funny because he should have never broken up with this one, or that one. And I think more people are heartbroken because of that, and you guys are within your shows.
Well, and then the great thing about a soap opera is that it can always come back. I mean, how many times have Victor and Nikki broken up? So you
pass the buck,
yeah.
You pass the buck.
Yeah.
Listen, you know what? I really appreciate being here. I enjoyed my time. We deal with a lot of celebrities, but you know what? They don't have your personality. And
I appreciate that.
It was a strong day. It was a long day. Thank you very much for coming.
Here's to a $1 billion company in 2016.
April 5th.
April 5th, 2016.
To the billion.
Yes.
To the billion.